much control of obviously the grade? I mean, I see as well, like your recent drilling, the grades, 1200, 3100. How much of that do you think is controlled by the geology? Because we spoke off air about the type of host rocks that you have. As I said, I've talked to many people. There's the granitic type ones, and then there's the AR3 has limestone. I don't think of anyone else I know of sits in that. And then there's another one that sits over in a fimbolite, which is, I think, your neighbour, West Cobar Metals. Can you go through that for us? What styles you have, and do you think they can upgrade what you have?
We have a mixture, from what we can see, of protoliths sitting in the on our ground position. We haven't yet determined with any degree of confidence as to whether granodiorite, granites, granitic material versus amphibolites, other mafic material yields the best grades, the best upgrades in our sizing, the best leach characteristics. So there's a bunch of parameters at play here to try and determine whether one protolith is better than another protolith. And I should also add that it may not just be protolith that is the protolith type that is giving us our particular upgrade in rare earths in saprolite. Obviously that's where it's going to be sourced from. There might also be groundwater movement involved as well. We're also looking at the possibility of certain channels sitting in our ground position that have the potential to further upgrade the rare earths. So there's a whole bunch of factors at play here, which is not yet driving exactly where we go and look for more of them on our ground position, but we'll have to factor quite heavily in the future. I'm more interested, or as interested right now, in understanding the mineralogy. Okay, so we've got a project that we're sponsoring through Merriwa that RSC are undertaking right now. I think it's called the Characteristics of Clay Host Deposits in Western Australia. So we've just after this interview, actually, I'm going to be dropping some samples off to them. So we've started that process in mineralogy as well. We've done some previous mineralogy too, so there's some clues there. But really, I'm driven by the numbers at the end of the day, Noel. I want to know what is it, not so much what is it. It's all about where's my lowest cost material insofar as process is concerned, where are the highest recovery ones insofar as the revenue side is concerned. Is that controlled by the geology? Possibly. That's something that we are trying to work with at the moment. I don't have a simple answer to say that mafic is better than felsic material at this point in time. Whether possible paleo channels are, whether that's upgrading material better, I don't have a definitive answer on that. I might also say that when it comes to the type deposits in China, I mean, there's quite a varied protolith there as well when you start looking in detail. It's not just granitic material. Most of it is like that, but there's also mafic material that has some high upgrades for rare earths, even in the Chinese examples. And so you pointed to WC1. We also have some of that material too. So don't have a simple answer on it yet. We're grappling with it. We'll try and get to the bottom of it. We'll try and map it out as best we can for the next drilling campaign, which I might add is unlikely to happen anytime soon until we have our mineral resource upgrade out there, and also the next phase of metallurgical process test work to be able to justify further drilling on the project. So at the earliest, that'll be next year.